Hi, I'm Isaac, and today I would like to address this question. Will our CPF housing payment incur a loss when our property is sold? Are you thinking about using CPF to pay off your property? Have you considered whether you're using too much of your CPF on property payment? Let's take a look. To calculate the amount of money you make when you sell a house, take the selling price of the HDB flat minus the outstanding housing loan minus CPF used, including the accrued interest. The balance will be the cash you receive. It could even be zero. Now, how is that possible? Let's learn more about HDB resale flats. The HDB 99-year lease is a ticking countdown clock. A few years ago, Mr. Lawrence Wong has raised the issue that HDB leases will eventually run and the majority of HDB flats will not be eligible for CERS. Do you know HDB flats depreciate over time? This is because when the lease of a HDB flat expires, its value will be zero. The older the HDB flat, the lesser the value. Even for BTO flats, they are making less profits than before. Simple interest versus compound interest. Before looking at what is accrued interest, let's learn the difference between simple interest and compound interest. The gist is, compound interest rises faster than simple interest. In other words, the longer the time, the greater the increase. CPF interest is compound interest. That brings us back to the point of whether using CPF is a good move. Now, as we know, we have an OA, ordinary account in CPF, where you put money in and the government will give a 2.5% compound interest. The idea is to build a comfortable retirement nest. If you were to use this sum of money to pay for your property down payment, you will not be building this retirement nest. But instead, when you sell your property, you will have to fork out your own proceeds to pay back the amount that was used initially to pay for down payment and interest that you would have earned throughout the years. In other words, you are likely to end up using your own money to pay back the 2.5% compound interest. To recap, the selling price of a HDB flat minus the outstanding housing loan minus the CPF used and accrued interest equals to the amount of cash left on hand. It is possible for this amount to become zero. Will it result in a loss when you sell your property? Here's why. Assuming you use CPF for down payment and monthly installment. After selling, you will have lost the cash to pay back CPF and get zero cash, because you need to pay back CPF and the accrued interest upon selling your property. If you are planning to sell your property in the future, it is important to take this into consideration. This is also applicable to private property. We can put this in a chart. Here you can see the selling price is decreasing slowly. The same also goes for the outstanding loan. However, the CPF used and the accrued interest has a steep rise. Actually, this is the amount which you would use your own money to pay back your own CPF, and this is an increasing amount. In year 8, there is little profit. However, from year 9 onwards, you will suffer a loss. This is what we call it as the negative sales.